Hey Adam, thank you
How are you, my friend?
for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so your movie Sleeping Dogs has a very different name here in Latin America. Do you know the
Yes.
Spanish name?
Yes. Recuerdos muertos.
Recuerdos Mortales, Mortal Memories or
Sorry.
Memories. Do you feel like it's faithful to the essence of the film? Like deadly memories, mortal memories.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's less of a spoiler title in many ways.
Yeah, it kind of is. And well, people who read the book, Book of Mirrors, might be aware of what the movie is about. But for those of us who haven't read the book, what drove you to making the movie after, maybe you read the book first or you heard the story? I mean, a detective with Alzheimer's is a great story.
Yes. I was brought the book as a galley, so it hadn't been published yet. It was going to be published, but it hadn't been seen by the public yet. And I was really compelled by it being a story about memory, um, and an exploration in sort of this theme that, memory and our awareness of our past is what ultimately, gives us context for who we are as people and the choices that we make. But so I was compelled by that. I was compelled by it being a story about a case from the past. And I was compelled that there was a character who was bereft of memory, who was being tasked with reinvestigating that case. And through the experience of sort of unpacking that mystery, he unpacks the mystery of who he really is. So those were the things that I was really compelled by. But the film is actually very different from the book in that the character that Russell Crowe plays doesn't appear in the book until the final third of the book. So in adapting the story, it required relensing the first two-thirds of the book through Russell's character. So it was a pretty heavy lift in terms of adaptations go.
Do you know if EO, the author of the book, is gonna watch the movie? Did he watch it, or is he gonna watch it next week when it comes out?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. Um, I mean, I know the film is getting a big push in Romania, where he's from, but I don't know if he lives in Romania or if he might live in the UK. I hope he sees it. Um, I don't know. I
We're
don't know.
gonna tag him in this video so he sees this,
Okay, great. I hope he sees it. I hope he
and
sees
then
it.
I
I'm
would
very,
love then to have his opinion, what he
yeah,
thought about the movie. It would be great.
yeah.
Uh, During the writing, because you also wrote the film, you wrote and directed this film. During this process, did you always picture Russell Crowe for the lead, or were other options on the table?
I wasn't at the time of writing it really thinking specifically of an actor because in many ways the man is such a blank canvas when we meet him, right? So it needed to be an actor of a certain age. But
Hmm,
I wasn't at the time thinking of a specific actor. But when it came time to cast the part, Russell was at the top of the list.
amazing. And that was about the writing, and I want to talk about directing because the movie goes forward and backwards quite a bit. And I want to know how was exactly this movie shot? Was it shot chronologically? Was it shot? I don't know. How do
It
you do
was
it?
not, no, it wasn't shot chronologically, but um, so that it wouldn't be too much of a tax on any of the departments, we would never be shooting events in the past and the present on the same day. It was always an either or because um, the stuff that was shot in the past, it would be one hair and makeup set, one wardrobe set. Um, and we shot all the stuff in the past on the camera package using spherical lenses. Um, and then, so I don't know if you've seen the film, but it
I
is
have.
okay. It is, the look of the past is very different from the look of the present. The past is sort of much warmer. The present is much colder, grimmer, desaturated. So the stuff that in the present was all shot on anamorphic lenses because we were really trying to sort of visually ape what the character's psychological reality is. So there's sort of a lot of bend to the edges of the frames. Um, but we did not shoot it chronologically, and we never shot past and present on the same day.
Amazing. It's so comforting to hear you talk about lenses and taking care of the color. So the next question was going to be, what aspect of directing do you enjoy the most? Because, you know, there's some directors who enjoy directing the cast better than going behind the camera, or like Wes Anderson, just they love the core and the little details. What are the aspects of directing that you most enjoy? Is it the
My
camera?
favorite, I don't think I'm a camera geek, really. I mean, I know about it because I ask, really, so I have an understanding of sort of the tools in the toolbox. Um, but I don't like geek out on sort of focal length, or, I mean, I know that, like, I wanted this sense of Russell's world feels out of focus to him. So the depth of field, I like to sort of shallower depth of field. So if he moved too much in any direction, he might go out of focus. But the way in which we would achieve that, I wouldn't get too in the nitty gritty. I just knew that's what I wanted to achieve. But I think my favorite part is, working with the actors to really sort of mine the truth of any given situation. And I really loved post. I really
Love
love
it.
the post. I really love the post production process. I mean, in a way, that's kind of where you you tell your story.
Where you make it, or you craft it, where you piece it all together. Finally, can you give me one little detail, one little thing people are gonna have fun looking for when they watch this movie? Like one thing that the director wants you to watch specifically, so audiences are like, I'm gonna look for this thing."
Look for what's behind the glass.
Love it. Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Thank you.